What is going on, guys? It is finally time for me to pump out my Q&A, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for. This is supposed to be a 50,000 subscriber Q&A, but now it's more so like 75k. I guess you could use it for both because I mean, how many Q&As can one person do? You start to get a lot of repeat questions and stuff, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but it sucks because I already had this entire Q&A recorded. Now I have to go back through and redo it because when I went to go put in some random gameplay for the background so you guys won't be bored, I couldn't find the audio, so here I am re-recording the entire Q&A. So basically what I did was I grabbed a bunch of questions from the comments section of that video, threw them in a notepad file, and now I have them sitting right here in front of me so I can just kind of go down the line and answer some of these. The first question is probably one that's been answered a lot of times, so this is kind of a stupid first question, but it's, what is Coutras' real first name? His first name is Jordan. That's probably been said so many times, so do you watch other YouTube channels? What types of videos do you watch on YouTube? I don't really go out and kind of actively seek out new videos just because I have so much on my plate usually all the time. I'm usually always working on new videos and stuff, new projects, all that good stuff, so it's kind of not really in my schedule to go out and search any new videos. I might watch a video here and there, and I do have it on my homepage. I have the all activity so I can kind of see what some of my subscribers are watching, and if it looks interesting I might watch it as well. That's pretty much the most I do when it comes to watching other YouTube videos. What is your next goal for subscribers, and what is your favorite video game series? I answered what my favorite video game series is. I believe I don't know if it was on Creature Talk or it was probably even in my last Q&A, but it's Resident Evil. I was actually thinking of maybe doing a Resident Evil marathon or something of that sort with the abundance of Resident Evil games that I have here that I've purchased over all the years. I don't know, you guys will have to let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, just kind of running down a lot of the Resident Evil games. I don't know if I'll be able to finish them because they're pretty long, at least some of the earlier ones, but maybe we'll see what happens. As for my next goal in subscribers, I guess I don't really, I mean, there's always that 100k goal, but other than that, I just want to keep growing, and I'm happy that I've been growing at the pace that I've been growing. It's really cool to see my channel get so big over such a short amount of time. So just kind of keep reaching for the skies, I guess, and just keep going higher and higher. I guess that's pretty much my goal. Let's see. Do you like to draw / paint? You have some drawings on your page and your videos. Did you make them? Did you make it yourself or them yourself? I don't know. Whatever. I don't really draw / paint. Like, I don't sit here and draw on my free time. It was just kind of like a little doodad that I do in Flash. Flash is pretty easy to draw stuff in. But I mean, in school, if there was a choice of music or art, I would usually pick art. I wouldn't pick music at all. But no, I don't really draw or paint a lot. It's just little doodads that I do in Flash, and like I said, it's pretty easy to do in Flash. Do you have a job? If so, what is it? This pretty much is, to be honest, this pretty much is my main source of income. I know a lot of people usually put that out there. Just because this is the Q&A, I am being honest with these questions, and I'm just putting it out there now, but you're not gonna hear me like publicly say like, oh, I need the monies from YouTube to live and stuff like that. Like, I don't really want to put that out there for you guys, but this pretty much is my main source of income, like I said. But yeah, I guess that's all there is to that. uh, what video games are you going to do this year? There's actually a lot of games. I don't know. There's a lot of games this year that are pretty big, especially towards the end of the year. There's always a lot of games towards the end of the year, but just specifically this month in the coming April, we got 2 betas. The infamous 2 beta and the Gears of War 3 beta, and I want to do stuff with both of those. I actually have something big planned with Spoon for the Gears beta, and then obviously I will do some footage of Infamous 2 beta if I'm allowed, because I don't know the rules and regulations against putting up beta footage. So hopefully we'll be cool with putting up beta footage. On top of that, we also got, I believe Portal 2 is coming out pretty soon, and we got a big project going on with me and Spoon facing off with, I believe, Z and Horden in like a race with Portal 2. So that'll be pretty interesting. Just a lot of projects and stuff coming up. So I mean, I can't really predict what I will do, what I won't do, anything like that. What font do you use for the numbers on your thumbnails? I can't really get that for you right now, but I'll be sure to put that in the description, what the font is that I use on the thumbnails for the numbers. It's a real simple font, but I'll put that answer in there. Did you end up getting a t-shirt from Machinima during the live stream when you won the Spleef War on the boat? No, sadly I didn't. I didn't get a t-shirt at all for it. I'll definitely have to bring that up if I ever go to, if I go to PAX or something like that and they're there, I'm going to be like, where the hell is my t-shirt? Something like that. Let's see. Are you guys not doing the Treefort anymore? I'm sure we'll probably go back to the Treefort eventually. Horden's been on vacation this entire week, so he pretty much has the map on his on his computer. He has the Treefort map. So we couldn't really do anything Treefort-wise without him. I don't know. We'll probably definitely get back to it. Probably definitely. That doesn't really make any sense. But we'll most likely go back to the Treefort. I doubt we're going to build all that for nothing and never go back to it. What else do we have here? What software do you use to edit videos? For the most part, it's Sony Vegas, but also I've been using Adobe Premiere. I'm kind of getting more into Adobe Premiere because of the video codecs and stuff that Premiere uses. It makes the video sizes a lot smaller than Sony Vegas does, and pretty much that means that I can upload a lot faster and get the videos out a little bit quicker as opposed to rendering them out in Sony Vegas. But I use both pretty much, but I think for the most part a lot of people use Sony Vegas. That's pretty much the main one. What are your thoughts on the 3DS? I recently picked up the 3DS and I haven't really gotten to play. I bought the Ghost Recon 3DS game only because of this one review that said that it was a really, really long game. So I'm really hoping that I can trust that guy that wrote the review, that it was a really long game. But I haven't gotten to check it out yet. I've actually been playing this other DS game that I bought. So I'll probably end up getting in there with the 3DS games. There's a lot of 3DS games that are coming out in the future, and that's pretty much the main reason why I bought it now, because they'll probably be hard as hell to find later on. I don't know. They're probably maybe they're actually still in the stores right now. Who knows? Can I do a Q&A for every 5 or 10,000 subscribers? I doubt it, because I more than likely will start getting repeat question after repeat question, and I don't really want that to happen. I just kind of want a random Q&A, so that way, a good bit of time in between each one, so that way better questions build up and the good questions stick out, and then I'll be able to answer those. Did you go to college / university / whatever, blah, 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 after high school? I was one of the kids in high school that got really, really pressured into college stuff, school after high school, stuff like that. Like every day I would come in, there would be a nice big folder sitting on my table filled to the brim with college applications and I don't even know, just like colleges that you can go visit and appointments, stuff like that. Even when I would go to the nurse, I would have a damn headache, and I would go to the nurse, and the nurse would pressure me about college and stuff. But I never really felt that a traditional college was something that I wanted to do. I wanted something that was more focused on what I wanted to do, and at the time I was still really heavy into doing Photoshop and stuff like that. So I went into a graphic design school. It was like an art school, and I was trying to focus in on graphic design and stuff like that. And pretty much I was pretty much in the final stages of that in the school, but it was because it was one of those schools where you would only be there for like maybe 14 months, something like that, just to kind of focus on what you want to do. And then I guess, as with any other school, you could come back and continue your learning and stuff. And that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted to be there as short as possible. I wanted to get in, get out. And they set me up with a schedule that pretty much doubled my time there. They set me up with a schedule where I would only be going to school like once or twice a week. And I didn't understand why they would do that. And they would not negotiate it. They didn't want to give me the shorter time, the time frame. So I said, fuck it. And I didn't go. And there was actually a few of my friends that actually went to that same school. And it honestly didn't really help them at all. Their degree, they graduated, they got their degree, and it doesn't really seem that it kind of helped put them, it didn't seem like it put them in a much better position than what I'm in now, I guess you could say. So I don't really have too many regrets with saying fuck you to that school. So that's pretty much, to that extent, is pretty much what happened with my after high school schooling. Here's one. Please explain what happened with the Fallout New Vegas series. You told me already, but I would like a more in-depth. Basically, to be honest, I'm probably going to have to end up canning the Fallout New Vegas series just because of the copyright strike. The copyright strike that I got on one of the first episodes when I started doing the Let's Play really fucked over the entire series. It sucked because by the time, I mean, I don't even know how many weeks it was that I was sitting here waiting to hear something back about this copyright strike. But basically, one of my first episodes got a copyright strike. I didn't know what to do because I never handled a copyright strike before. I never had one. So I went to Machinima. They said that they were going to look into it, and week by week, days went by, weeks went by, and nothing was happening. So I was like, okay, I decided to go ahead and file a copyright claim, or a counterclaim, I should say, myself. And I did that, and again, probably like half a week later, it finally got, it might have been even more than half a week, but it finally got removed. And by that time, I was already into so many other projects. I was already doing other stuff. And like that just, it completely fucked over the entire playthrough, and it sucks, because I'm probably going to have to scrape the entire thing, because I don't want to go back and continue to push the old playthrough when I have all these new projects and stuff that I've been working on actively now. But that does suck. It does suck, and, I can't really do much about it. It's just one of those things, that happens, the copyright strike. I didn't expect it. It was back when I wasn't a YouTube partner, so now the chances are probably lessened that I would have gotten it. Like, if I was YouTube partner, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. I don't know. Actually, I think Seamus got the copyright strike, and he might have been partner at that time as well, so I guess it didn't really matter if you were a partner or not, but regardless, that did screw up pretty much the entire playthrough. What else? So when is my birthday? My birthday is June 1st. It's a pretty easy birthday to remember, June 1st. Let's see what else we got here. What do your parents think of your job? I actually haven't talked to my dad in forever. He left a long time ago, so he hasn't really been in my life for a while. But my mom, when I first got the machinima contract, she thought that it was pretty much a scam. Like she thought that giving out my information and stuff like that to machinima, she thought that was a bad move. She didn't think that just randomly giving out your information to somebody over the internet would be a good idea. And believe me, I looked on their channel up and down. This was like right when machinima was first starting up, and yeah, I don't know, you couldn't really tell. You couldn't really tell, so it was kind of a risk. But I was like, I really want to do it. So I got together all my information, sent it in, and it was a few months later that I got my first paycheck, and that's when my mom was just like, "Oh, okay, like, not that bad, not that bad." I mean, now I obviously make more because of the YouTube partnership and stuff like that, so now she's a lot more happy and more supportive. And I mean, obviously, if she wasn't supportive, she wouldn't be appearing in some of my videos. So she's really cool with it and all that, as long as I pay bills and I help with stuff around the house, then by all means, I don't really think she cares. And at the same time, I also get to watch the dogs and stuff, and you know, I can stay and watch the dogs and make sure that nothing happens to the doggies or the house or anything like that. She doesn't really have to worry about anything while she's at work, I guess you could say. What else do we have here? Do you play any games competitively? The last game I probably played competitively was more than likely Halo 2. I always bring up Halo 2 because that was just a game that I played Halo 2 like 3 summers straight, and it just never got boring. And I don't know, there was so much stuff over the course of Halo 2, and it could have been because I was like the only shooter on the block at that time. I don't know, I just got really into Halo 2, and it was, I actually entered a few tournaments. It was pretty funny. I entered a tournament at a paintball place, and it was a real shitty place, but we went there and we were having a ball playing paintball and stuff like that, and I was shooting this old guy in the head and all that good stuff. And then afterwards, we would go in the corner, and they would have these little small piece of shit TVs, and that would they would each have an Xbox, an old Xbox One. They would have an Xbox on there, and we would just sit there and play. I guess it was pretty much like split screen. There was 4 TVs, and it would be like 2 to each TV, and it was, I don't know how many teams, but through the entire tournament, we ended up placing 3rd, and the guy that ran the tournament thought it would be cool to, I guess, give the last place that got paid an opportunity to get to the first place that got paid. So because we came in 3rd, we were the, I guess, lowest paid, and if we wanted to, we were allowed to challenge the guys that got in 1st. So we were like, well, we got nothing to lose because we hardly got like anything back. It was probably like $5 or something like that we ended up getting back for getting in 3rd. And they ended up accepting it because the deal was, if we lost, then they would take our money as well. So they would get both 1st and 3rd prize. And we ended up playing, and we ended up beating them. And them guys raged so hard. They fucking did. Oh, man. When they lost, their reactions were priceless. They threw the fucking controllers at the TV. They stormed out of there. And we took their money. And it was great, I'll tell you. After that, I went out and I bought a burger with their money. It was the best damn burger ever. You know, buying a burger with someone else's money while they're over there raging. That's great. That's great. Doesn't get any better than that. But that's just a story from back when I played Halo 2 really heavily. But this pretty much wraps up my Q&A for 50,000 subs / 75,000 subs. I thank you guys for the questions. I don't really get all serious business and stuff too often, but a lot of these questions were pretty good as opposed to some of the ones in the past. At least some of the ones in this one were kind of dull as well. But for the most part, I think I picked out some pretty good ones. So, until the next Q&A, if you guys have any questions and stuff like that, be sure to watch my last Q&A, because I may have answered it back then. And that will pretty much be it, guys. I thank you guys for subscribing and for constantly supporting my videos, liking the videos, sometimes even favoriting the videos if you really enjoy them. Just all that, it helps so much. And like I said, you know, for any goal that I have, it's because of you guys that I actually am able to accomplish those goals. So I can't thank you guys enough for that, and I don't really say that too often, but I probably should. So thank you guys, and that will wrap this bad boy up.